was a very sunny evening. It was, maybe is it evening? I mean, it's after 5 already. So today we will discuss a very interesting topics where we're gonna explore the roles of the functional genomics and proteomics in ecosystem health, in bioremediation, and also environmental conservation. So, top of all, shout out to our sponsors, Pizza and also Zeus Coffee. Thank you for sponsoring us. And today with me, we have wonderful guests. So maybe you guys can introduce yourself to our viewers, to our listeners.
Hello everyone, my name is Hidayah, but you can always call me Daya.
Hello everyone, my name is Petrus Luna. You can call me Pat, and it's nice to see everyone here.
Greetings everyone, my name is Shafika. Feel free to call me Shaf.
Alright, so Daya, Pat, and Shaf. So I just call you guys like that. Alright, so in today's podcast, we will talk about two powerful tools that being used in environmental science, which are genomics and proteomics. I know it sounds a little bit intimidating, but in this podcast we will discuss and also we will break it down for that, so that you guys can understand better throughout the podcast. So before that, let me give you guys analogy about the genomics. Just imagine genomics is just like a guidebook that reveals everything, the roles of ecosystem in terms of genetics. How about the proteomics is the study of proteins, which are the substance that is very essential, that's very important in carrying tasks in our cells. So if we want to talk about the pollutions nowadays, in this modern era, environmental pollution is very, it's getting trickier day by day. So we're not talking about the traditional pollution that caused by oil leak that leads to water pollutions, but we talk about the microplastic. We talk about the leftover pharmaceuticals that cause pollutions, and also we do have a solution regarding this. We have bioremediation, we have oxidation, we have cellular digestion, but all of it have weaknesses. So how do we use genomics and also proteomics in order to solve this issue? How about, what do you guys think?
Okay, so this is where actually functional genomics steps in. So think of it as reading the cell life log. So we look at which gene switch on or off when an organism meets a pollutant. Techniques such as RNA sequencing, microarrays, and gene knockout actually help us to map detox pathway in real time and to complete the picture, and that is where we add proteomics. So genes are the plants, but the protein are actually the workers of the factory floor. So by using techniques such as mass spectrometry and protein interaction mapping, we see which detox enzyme or stress protein are actually being built and developed.
Alright, so this about proteomics. Maybe we want to know a lot about genomics. How about Daya? Can you talk about genomics and give us a little bit knowledge about genomics?
Okay, sure can. So actually, genomics is the study of an organism entire genetic material, which has transformed to study the environmental system. So actually, genomics allow us to assess the ecological health, and then to detect the presence of pollutants, just like what you said just now, and then even design better bioremediation strategies. And then the key approaches like metagenomics, functional genomics, and transcriptomics are at the forefront of this effort.
So this is the theory about the genomics, and how do we apply the genomics, your theory, in order to solve our status quo just now? Maybe, Shaf, how do we apply the genomics that being mentioned by Daya to solve the problem?
For me, one of the most impactful application of genomics is in the environmental monitoring through metagenomics. And this technique, sequencing total DNA from microbial communities in soil or water or sediment samples, it is like taking a genetic snapshot of everything living in that environment. that, Petrus, as far as I know, didn't you make some research about this before?
Oh yes, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I do.
It's quite interesting. Can you share to us?
So I read this article so the article is with me right now.
Oh, okay, alright.
Okay, so in a notable study, so this study is actually conducted by Sun and their team in the year 2020, which they applied the metagenomic analysis to reverse sentiment downstream of urban and industrial zone in China. Oh,
In China?
In China,
Oh,
yes.
alright.
So the research actually revealed a high abundance of antibiotic-resistant genes, commonly known as ARG, and pathogenic bacteria, providing molecular level evidence of anthropogenic pollution. So this metagenomic approaches actually enables for early detection of microbial shift that traditional water quality traditional method they cannot really detect this problem. So the significance of this research is actually to detect high level of antibiotic resistant genes and pathogenic bacteria downstream of urban and industrial areas that directly links to human activities to microbiological pollution. Yeah.
Alright, thank you. So, I also have done a research where genomics contribute to biodiversity conservation by enabling eDNA, which are the environmental DNA monitoring. So, if you guys want to know, eDNA or environmental DNA refers to the genetic material released by organisms into their surrounding. So, based on the study conducted in the freshwater lakes of Canada, right, the environmental DNA based meta-based coding was used to detect species diversity, including rare and endangered fish populations. So, this study successfully identified low abundance and threatened species in Canadian freshwater lakes that may have gone undetected through conventional means. So its eDNA allows for the detection of organisms simply from water samples, eliminating the need to physical capture or disturb them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, enough with genomics. We have another tools, which are proteomics. So let's move on to the proteomics. So Dayang, or Daya, right? So do you mind explaining how proteomics help us to protect and conserve the environment?
Okay, just now we talked about genomics, right? While genomics provide insight into a potential gene function, proteomics offer more immediate understanding of physiological state of organism by identifying proteins actively expressed under specific environmental conditions. So this real-time biological response is critical for monitoring ecosystem health and assessing pollutants exposure and then guiding the bioremediation efforts. So one of the key applications of proteomics in environmental science is in biomonitoring, using living organisms to assess environmental conditions. So I have the example for this proteomic case. For instance, Mytilus galoprovincialis, Mediterranean mussels, have been widely used as a
It's okay, it's okay. Sponsored by Zeus? Yeah, you made it.
It's okay. Okay, so these Mediterranean mussels have been widely used as a sentinel species in marine environment. So there's a study on this case. A study by Nino et al. 2009 applied a proteomics-based approach to mussels exposed to contaminated sediments in Venice Lagoon. So they identified specific protein that link to the oxidative stress and then energy metabolism and immune response by serving as biomarkers of exposure to heavy metals and hydrocarbons. So these molecular signatures allow researchers to detect sublethal toxic effects to the visible physiological or behavioral changes occurred, making proteomics an effective early warning system. So basically, proteomics act as an important biomarker so that the researcher can have early trigger warning for certain cases if the species react to the if species are exposed to the pollutants. So I think, do you guys have anything to add on or opinion on my statement?
Wow, there's a lot of information going on. So all I understand is proteomics act as biomarkers in environmental.
Yes,
Is it true?
Yes, that's it.
So it's different with normal marker that we use? So it's actually different. So, right. So how about Shaf? Do you have any research studies regarding literate being mentioned by Daya?
Oh yeah. Wait.
Oh.
Let me look for it.
Oh, sure. Take your time.
Okay, sure.
Right, take your time.
Here it is. I came across a study on coral reef in Hawaii. So, scientists noticed an increase in stress-related proteins in corals even before bleaching happened,
Oh.
which helped conservationists act early. So, and in freshwater ecosystem, creatures like snails and tiny insects serve as bioindicators. Shift in their protein profiles can accurately signal pollution levels. It is being applied in farming too. Do you guys know that?
I wish I do.
So this is the new.
Yeah, the new
New
information.
information.
By tracking protein changes in crops, farmers can detect stress early and reduce the need for excessive chemical use. That's based on my research.
And can I add in something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that by using proteomic approaches, it is so great that it is actually a non-invasive method. So like we do not actually have to harm the organism when taking data to study about the organism.
Alright guys, let's take a break because there's a lot of information going on from the previous segments. So how about we play a game? How about we play acronyms that conclude our previous segment, which is segment 1 and segment 2. So the word that I will choose, which is genome. So we start from G, E, N, O, and E lah. Right? You guys understand how to play acronym, right?
Yes.
Alright, start from me, which is G, genetic. How about
E, environment.
environment?
And nature.
Nature. And O, yeah, O.
Omics?
Oh, mix, alright. And M, microbes.
E again?
Yeah,
E again.
E and A. Alright. So, move on to the next segment. Alright guys, welcome back. So now here is the third segment where we're gonna discuss about the applications in real life problems. So guys, Pat, Dayang and also Shaf, may I know how does genomics and proteomics help to save the environment in real life case project? Maybe you guys punya research or your own experience regarding this. Maybe Pat?
Okay, sure. Okay, so Genomics has also enhanced bioremediation efforts by improving the identification and engineering of pollutant degrading microbes. So in a landmark project, a genome sequencing of Pseudomonas putida. Yes. So Pseudomonas putida is actually a well-known biodegrading bacterium which reveal genes responsible for breaking down hydrocarbons and aromatic compounds. Yeah, so scientists have used this particular bacteria to engineer more efficient strain for cleaning oil-contaminated soil. So this kind of approach actually speeds up the degradation processes, but also ensure greater survival and function of microbial agent in harsh environment. Yeah.
So you want to say that genomic bioremediation is better than bioremediation?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So how about Shaf? Maybe you have your own experience or your own studies?
From what I know, there is also wastewater treatment. Microbes in the treatment tanks break down waste, but they need to be healthy. And then, thus, genomics monitoring helps engineers adjust the conditions to keep the microbial community effective.
So can I add in one
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in the context of climate change and ocean acidification, Proteomics is increasingly used to study the adaptive capacity of marine organisms. So researchers found that altered expressions in protein related to the shell formation, metabolic regulation, and stress response can indicate the physiological adjustment to acidified environment. Such insights are vital for understanding how key species may adapt or fail to adapt to changing the ocean conditions. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright, thank you. So there's three applications, which is bioremediation, wastewater, is it?
Yeah.
Wastewater management, and also
Also climate change and ocean acidification.
wow,
Yeah.
that's very vague. Alright guys, this is all sounds groundbreaking, but what kind of obstacles are we looking at? Maybe Pet. Alright, Pet.
Yes, Amirul.
What are the kinds of obstacles are we looking at?
Well, if we look into the application in real life, right? Okay. First of all, we know proteomics and genomics is not cheap. It is very expensive. Okay, actually. So this kind of technologies actually require high equipment, okay, and advanced software for analysis, which can be financially out of reach for many institutions or developing nation, for example, in the Africa, yeah. And then for some countries that doesn't have any advanced technology, it is hard for them to conduct all of this research regarding proteomics and genomics.
Exactly. And even when you have access to the tools, the data sets are massive. A single environmental sample from soil can yield thousands of sequences. Making sense of that information takes time, computational power, and also highly trained specialists.
Oh, I see. So, how about you, Naya?
Can I have
Yeah,
mine?
sure.
Okay. So you guys are talking about that. So you guys should not forget about the matter of ownership actually, because say a unique genetic trait of something that helps to break down the plastic is discovered in a remote rainforest. Who has the right to it? The biotech company that isolated it or the state? That's kind of controversial. Right.
Alright guys, to conclude all of it, so those I've take down all of it. So those are real ethical concerns, right?
Yeah.
So there are need to be fair guidelines to ensure that scientific breakthrough serve the public good and don't just benefit corporations, and promoting open science could be the key. Are you guys agree?
Yeah.
Alright, so that which is very important for the environment solutions are hidden behind the intellectual property and also barriers or expensive licenses. So yes, that is the obstacles that we looking at for the genomics and also proteomics that we want to apply in order to save the environment. Alright guys, may I know, in your own perspective, where is the future of genomics and proteomics in this environmental science heading at? I mean, what is the future, where this proteomics and genomics gonna be in the future? Maybe in your perspective?
Oh, okay. So in my opinion, right, so we are actually moving towards a real-time environmental monitoring.
Okay.
Real-time.
Real-time
Yeah.
environmental monitoring.
Yes,
Sure.
yes. So we can actually use portable omics tool and AI could let us to detect pollution and contamination in the ecosystem. Yeah. So we are currently live in an era where AI is dominating. So if anyone in our podcast doesn't know what is AI right now, AI is actually artificial intelligence. So why not we use this advantage to us, the resources that we have right now, AI, for us to use it to detect environmental stress and pollutants like that to save our environment.
Yeah, sure. How about you, Ade?
Can I have mine? Sure. So actually it's all about precision ecology. Soon we'll predict ecological shift by tracking gene or protein changes, just like how we predict the weather, but this time is different. It's for the ecosystem because we're talking about pollutants and stuff like that right now. Okay, sure can.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay,
I'm
it's
so sorry.
okay.
And biodiversity tracking will become seamless. A simple water or soil sample will tell us what the species that are present and no need to physically spot them. This makes it easier.
Wait. I mean, how will this impact conservation then?
We will try to design smarter protection and then targeting areas under real molecular stress. Omics data makes conservation more strategic and it also helps with ecosystem restoration. By understanding natural resilience at the molecular level, we can support recovery in the damaged habitats.
I see.
So I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you may continue. Yeah.
I'm not done yet. Okay, I'm not done with my climate change thingy. So, but for climate change, omics will help us to guide, and omics will guide how we adapt. So from coral reefs to crops, we'll manage stress response more sustainable.
Oh, alright. So the future is very clear, as we can conclude here. It just not about observing. It's empowering environmental action. So it's very clear future for the genomics and also proteomics to be applied in this industry. So everyone, I think it's about time. So thanks for geeking out with us for today's session of podcast. Full papers and links are in the show notes if you want to deep dive to it. So follow, read, and send us questions. Until next time, remember our sponsor, Zeus Coffee and Spritzer. Thanks to our guests. Every ecosystem has a molecular rhythm. Let's keep the beats alive. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you to the moderator, the host of today.
Thank you so much.
It was such a valuable talk for today.
Alright,
so,
thank you.
What your opinion for today?
Oh, hey! So I feel like this kind of podcast is very educational, especially for the younger generation that doesn't, expose themselves to science. Because some of our viewers, they are not from science stream. So I feel like this kind of platform is very educational, it's very beneficial to everyone who sees this. At least they have a prior knowledge on what is genomic actually, what is proteomic, and how we as human beings with all of these resources in this era, we can actually save our planet. Because like I said earlier in other podcast videos, this is our only planet. So why not that we use this platform, we use all of these technologies. This is our Earth, so it is our responsibilities, not as students but as human beings, to save our nature, to save our ecosystem, just save Earth basically. Yeah.
Alright, it was a great perspective, great talk.
Yeah.
So guys, save our Earth. This is only place that we live.
So all STEM students or STEM people out there, use your knowledge to save our beloved Earth. That's all.
Alright, thank you,
Bye-bye.
Event apa kita?
Bakakan gawai.
Oh ya, gawai.
Gawai ya. Siapa yang tahu siapa?
Saya tutup.
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 Baby girl.
Siapa
Tutup
nih?
tekan